Imagine a full-size SUV that doesn't just carry families, it redefines what comfort, technology, and presence mean on the road. The 2025 Ford Expedition has arrived, and it's not the same Expedition you think you know. With a redesigned cabin that rivals luxury brands, a sound system that feels like a concert hall, and features that push Ford into new territory, this SUV is making waves. But here's the real question. Is the 2025 Expedition finally the ultimate blend of power and premium living, or does it fall short where it matters most? For decades, the Ford Expedition has been the go-to choice for families, adventurers, and anyone who needs space, power, and dependability wrapped into one massive package. It's Ford's answer to rivals like the Chevy Tahoe, GMC Yukon, and even luxury giants such as the Cadillac Escalade and Lincoln Navigator. But with the 2025 model, Ford is signaling more than just an update. It's a bold attempt to raise the Expedition from being simply practical to being a serious contender in the premium full-size SUV game. From the outside, you'll notice its familiar commanding stance, but a closer look reveals refinements that hint at a more upscale approach. Step inside and it becomes even clearer. The new Expedition is no longer just about hauling kids to soccer practice or towing a boat on the weekend. It's designed to impress, entertain, and keep pace with an audience that expects both rugged capability and luxury-level comfort. This launch matters because Ford isn't just targeting loyal Expedition owners anymore. They're aiming at buyers who might otherwise walk into a GMC or Cadillac showroom or even consider high-end imports. And while the looks and features are impressive, the big question remains: does the 2025 Expedition truly deliver on all fronts? Stick around as we dive into its design, interior, features, and performance to find out. Now, let's dive into what makes the 2025 Ford Expedition such a fascinating SUV in today's crowded market. At first glance, it keeps that signature commanding presence. Tall stance, broad grille, and muscular proportions that let everyone know this is still a body-on-frame SUV meant to do real work. But Ford hasn't stopped at presence alone. They've refined the design with sharper LED headlights, a bolder grille treatment, and aerodynamic touches that make the Expedition look more modern and more upscale than ever before. It's the kind of styling that holds its own in the driveway next to a luxury import, without losing that rugged, all-American character. Step inside and the transformation is even more dramatic. Gone are the days when the Expedition felt like a stretched-out F-150 with extra seats. The 2025 model greets you with an interior that's more like a tech-savvy lounge than a truck-based SUV. The centerpiece is a massive infotainment screen, running Ford's latest Sync software, paired with a fully digital driver display. High-quality materials wrap the cabin. Think soft-touch surfaces, real stitching, and even optional wood or aluminum trims that elevate the vibe. Add in ambient lighting, panoramic glass, and second-row captain's chairs, and suddenly you're in an environment that feels closer to a Lincoln than a traditional Ford. And then there's the sound system, something Ford is really pushing this year. With the available premium audio setup, every drive feels like a private concert. Whether you're cranking up classic rock on a road trip or letting the kids stream their playlists, the clarity and depth of the sound easily rivals what you'd expect from premium European SUVs. Combine that with the Expedition's impressively quiet cabin, thanks to enhanced insulation and active noise cancellation, and you've got a space that feels refined even when the outside world is chaotic. Of course, technology is more than screens and speakers. Ford has loaded the Expedition with driver assist features like Blue Cruise, their hands-free highway driving system. Picture this. You're cruising down the interstate, hands off the wheel, while the SUV automatically adjusts speed, keeps you centered, and even navigates lane changes. For long-distance families, that's not just a gimmick. That's the kind of tech that takes the fatigue out of road trips. Add in safety features like adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, 360-degree cameras, and advanced towing tech, and the Expedition feels smarter and safer than ever. But performance is still the heart of the story. The 2025 Expedition comes with Ford's proven 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, tuned for strong horsepower and torque numbers, giving it towing capacity that tops 9,000 pounds in the right configuration. That means whether you're pulling a boat, a camper, or a trailer full of ATVs, the Expedition has the muscle to get it done. Yet despite its size, the updated suspension tuning delivers a smoother, more controlled ride, perfect for balancing weekend adventures with weekday comfort. Now, it wouldn't be a fair review without mentioning a few drawbacks. For all its upgrades, the Expedition is still a massive SUV, which means maneuvering in tight city streets or parking garages can feel intimidating. And while fuel economy has improved slightly, you're still dealing with a big engine pushing a heavy body. Buyers who want maximum efficiency might be tempted by hybrid or fully electric rivals. So, the big question becomes, do the upgrades in comfort, technology, and performance outweigh those familiar SUV trade-offs? And how does the Expedition really stack up when you put it side by side with heavy hitters like the Tahoe, Yukon, or Escalade? We're about to find out as we dig deeper into its highlights and drawbacks. And here's where things get really interesting. On paper, the 2025 Ford Expedition already looks impressive. But once you get it out on the road, the real story unfolds. Press the throttle, and that EcoBoost V6 responds with surprising urgency. This isn't just a big SUV lumbering along. It's a powerhouse that surges forward with confidence. Merging onto the highway feels effortless, passing slower traffic is drama-free, and even with a trailer hitched on the back, the Expedition keeps its composure. But the real shocker, the ride quality. For years, the Expedition was considered capable, but not exactly refined. This time, Ford has tuned the suspension to deliver a level of smoothness that borders on luxury. Even over broken pavement, the cabin stays calm, almost floating, while still feeling planted and controlled. It's the kind of balance you'd expect from an Escalade or Navigator, not a mainstream Ford. That's a game changer. Inside, the surprises keep coming. The infotainment system isn't just flashy. It's responsive, intuitive, and packed with features that make daily driving easier. BlueCruise hands-free driving works seamlessly, turning long highway stretches into an almost stress-free experience. Combine that with a concert hall-level sound system and near-silent cabin, and suddenly, the Expedition feels less like a road trip machine and more like a luxury retreat on wheels. Of course, it's not flawless. Its size still makes city driving nerve-wracking, and fuel efficiency remains its Achilles heel. But when you look at the bigger picture, the comfort, the capability, the technology, the Expedition delivers a surprise few expected. It no longer feels like the practical alternative to premium SUVs. It feels like a direct competitor, and that's the turning point. The 2025 Expedition isn't just keeping pace, it's forcing buyers to ask, why pay Escalade money when Ford now offers nearly the same experience for less? So where does all of this leave us with the 2025 Ford Expedition? In many ways, this SUV has taken one of its biggest leaps forward yet. It's still the same capable, body-on-frame beast that can haul the family, tow a heavy load, and conquer long road trips with ease. But now, it adds a level of refinement and technology that pushes it into territory Ford hasn't dared to step into before. The pros are clear: a cabin that finally feels premium, a sound system that transforms every drive, advanced tech like BlueCruise that takes the edge off highway miles, and a suspension that makes this massive SUV surprisingly smooth. Add in its best-in-class towing numbers, and you've got a full-size package that balances brute strength with comfort in a way few rivals can match. On the other hand, the Expedition is still a giant, which means parking lots and city commutes aren't its natural habitat. Fuel economy continues to lag, and for buyers who prioritize efficiency or cutting-edge electrification, other options might look more attractive. So who is this SUV for? If you're a family that needs space for everyone and everything, loves road trips, or regularly tows, the Expedition should be at the top of your list. If you've been eyeing a Yukon, Tahoe, or even an Escalade, Ford now offers a genuine reason to pause and reconsider. And for longtime Expedition owners, this new model feels less like an upgrade and more like a transformation. In the bigger picture, the 2025 Expedition shows that Ford isn't content to play catch-up anymore. It's aiming to redefine expectations in the full-size SUV segment. And that move could ripple through the entire market, forcing even the luxury names to take notice. So here's the verdict. The Expedition has gone from dependable giant to premium powerhouse. But is America ready to see Ford in that light? That's the question only you can answer. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth car reviews, and share your thoughts below. Does the new Expedition win your vote, or are you sticking with the competition?